Hey guys, I am really excited to announce that I am a brand ambassador for YANA. If you aren't sure what YANA is, it's a wonderful clothing brand that creates beautiful tops like these, and they donate 10% of every sale to Mind charity. And that's very close to my heart because I have suffered with mental health problems and still do at times. So I just wanted to create this little video just to talk about my kind of journey with mental health problems, and just to help you realise that if you're struggling, you're definitely not alone. So I'm going to kick it off and talk about me. I'm going to try not to ramble on too much, but I probably will. So I have always been a very anxious, well, not necessarily anxious, but I overthink everything, I worry about things, and I've just kind of been a little bit more on the anxious scale growing up and as a child and throughout my whole life basically. But it was nothing that was unmanageable. That was my normal and it didn't affect me from doing too much. So really, in the past probably 2 or 3 years is when I've struggled with mental health the most. If you don't know, I have suffered with really bad cystic acne. It's cleared up now, but I've still got some scarring. And while that was progressively getting worse, I really struggled with my mental health. And that's a link that I think most health professionals don't necessarily make, is the link between acne and sort of depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. So 2 or 3 years ago, my acne started getting worse. I'd just gone away travelling to Asia and realised that I was quite anxious the whole time that I was away. I found that I didn't really relax, that I just didn't feel very settled, and I wasn't in the best headspace. So I ended up coming home, getting a job, feeling kind of slotting back into normal life. And I was happy, but I still didn't feel settled. And my skin was progressively getting worse. It started off with just a few more sort of pimples, but over the last couple of years, it really got bad. And I noticed that my mental health kind of declined along with that. So, I suppose a year ago, if I compare where I'm at now to a year ago, I was almost like a completely different person. I didn't really want to go out of the house. I used to force myself to do it because I knew I needed to push myself. I was really depressed. I remember kind of sitting in bed one day and just thinking, when is this going to end? Like, when is my skin going to get better? When am I going to feel like me again? Like, is this going to feel like this forever? Have I completely changed as a person? And I just remember those questions would constantly go through my head, and I was constantly questioning myself, constantly feeling like the smallest everyday tasks were like a massive struggle. And I was just in a really bad kind of place in my life, and it was really difficult because everything else in my life was going really well. I've always had a very supportive boyfriend, my parents are really supportive, but I still just didn't feel like me. I completely felt like I'd lost my sparkle, and I really suffered with anxiety over that time. I was paranoid about things. I'd cry all the time. I was really tearful. I was exhausted, and it wasn't very fun, and not fun at all. So how I kind of got out of that was I started taking some medication for my skin because I tried sort of healing the natural way, and that clearly hadn't been working for me. So I think I had to put my mental health first, and I realised that it was actually, I was depressed and I was really very unhappy, and it would have been very irresponsible for me to just carry on and let my skin progressively get worse and not try kind of my last resort option, which was Roaccutane, Accutane, isotretinoin. So it's known as a few different things. And to be honest, I'm so glad that I did go down that route, even though I had previously been so against it. But for me, my mental health became then more important, and I knew that I needed to try everything that I could to sort that out because it was really massively affecting my life. Alongside that as well, I also decided to open up and speak about my problems and show my acne on social media, especially on Instagram. And kind of the response that I got from that was incredible. It was amazing. And that massively helped my confidence and helped me to accept myself a lot more. So I think that was the main issue that had been going on, was that I was finding it really hard to accept this new form of myself. Even though it was still me, I was still the same person. In my head, I'd changed and I didn't want to change. But I knew that I needed to kind of accept the journey that I was going through, stop fighting it, stop battling it, and just kind of, you know, carry on living my life and not let the acne or whatever it was bother me too much. So yeah, deciding to share my journey and open up helped my mental health a lot. And just kind of, you know, practicing little daily sort of self-love things. I noticed the way that I talked to myself was really horrible before. I'd criticise so much about myself, and I still do sometimes, but I tried really hard to be a little bit nicer to myself, to be kinder to myself, and again, to just be more accepting of the person that I was and am. So yeah, that's kind of where my mental health has been at in the last couple of years. I do still have bad days, but they're nothing like they were before, and I feel like I'm a lot more capable of handling anything now. So I know that I can get through sort of really bad times, and I have that kind of strength and resilience that I didn't have before. But equally, mental health problems can crop up anytime in your life, and it's really, really important to talk about them and to vocalise it, because I can guarantee that somebody out there has suffered with a similar problem or is going through something very similar right now, and just hearing other people talk about their experiences can really, really help. So that's why I'm so excited to be working with YANA, because I think what they're doing is encouraging people to just open up a little bit more, to talk about the stigma behind mental health issues, and to, you know, kind of wear yourself with pride. You know, this top says you are not alone, and you really, really aren't. I think I wish I'd realised that a long time ago when I was at my lowest, because opening up on social media and realising that there are thousands of other people out there struggling with acne, struggling with mental health problems, struggling with all sorts of things. And I think if we're just a little bit kinder to each other and to ourselves, it goes a long, long way. So yeah, that's kind of about me. I've probably rambled on a little bit too much, but yeah, I'm super excited to be working with YANA, and I can't wait to see what's going to be coming. So yeah, thank you.